Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Rockwood number 73B. This is a push plate, is what a 73B is, and this is a particular type of push plate in the fact that it's just a regular push plate, but a 73B is by far nothing but regular. Could you imagine a piece of a push plate weighing over 2¼ pounds or thereabouts? What makes this push plate special is the material thickness. Push plates and kick plates and pull plates and things of that nature are .050, 50 thousandths of an inch thick. That means they're less than a 1/16 of an inch. However, a 73B is .125, and that means it's 1/8 of an inch. So it's a substantially thick piece of architectural metal. It's brass in this case, meaning it's solid brass. You can see evidenced underneath here. This is the bottom side where it's not going to be finished nor required to be finished. But you're dealing with a piece of solid brass that is 1/8 of an inch thick in a 625 finish. 625. That means three things. It means it's made of solid brass. That's just the base material. It means it's polished chrome plated and has a lacquer on it. That's items 2 and 3. .125. According to the caliper, that is .125 exactly, in fact. That's unusual for something to be exactly correct or exactly as advertised. Okay. Where would you use a thicker one? Well, in a place where you fully expect an outrageous amount of volume, like in a public library. You would certainly have something that would be more appropriately thicker and more robust to handle a substantial amount of use over time. Where you wanted to basically obviously match existing, but where you wanted to have a different architectural look that because of the thickness of the material, you could achieve, and this has only a standard bevel, but you could achieve a heavier bevel if you wanted to give it a greater chamfered look, which would be another reason why you might have something like this. Okay, just a thicker piece of material, available in 3 base materials: brass like this, of which you can do 605 polished brass, 606 satin brass, 612 satin bronze, 613 oil rub bronze, 625 polished chrome, 626 satin chrome. You can do a stainless base material, which you can do satin 630, polished 629, and we'll talk about that next. And then a stainless steel of a 316 type, a much higher caliber stainless, with a significantly lower ferrous content. If you're going to use that in an environment where it was absolutely moisture ridden, like a pool enclosure, you'd want 316 stainless. That's the second base material. Then finally aluminum. You can do it in a clear anodized aluminum. Because it's aluminum, you can do different thickness, different finishes as well, but availability on .125 in a dark bronze may not be readily available. We have to check that. 625 is polished chrome. It's plated over brass. It's plated. So you're coming up to it, rings, keys in your fingers, etc. You might want to consider the 629, which is solid stainless, but with a polish. So it will give you a mirror-like finish, but will forego any sort of plating process that could be something that would degrade over time. So be mindful of that. And in fact, it's actually unusual to sell flat goods, kick plates, push and pull hardware in a 625 finish, because a plated item will eventually fatigue. Or fail, break off. That's the bottom line. Screws are included. These are not magnetic, so be mindful when you are pre-drilling the holes for these that those are very likely made of solid brass, and to pre-drill the holes exactly correct, and so as to not strip them. A 73B also means that you're dealing with a 3.5 inch wide and then 15 inch tall plate. You can do a 73C, let's say. That would give you a 4x16. You can do a 73A, which would be 3x12. They can get into I forget the other letters. It could be D for a 6x16. Let's take a look. There's a link below this video to a document called Parts Drawing that will allow you to review this item from a catalog cut page perspective. And it wasn't a D for a 6x16. It's 73E, then 73F for an 8x16, and then 73G for a 4x20, which is not unusual. I personally like a little wider plate because, well, the hand. The hand is bigger than 3.5 inch. And you'll notice when you've got a narrow plate like this that you'll have a wear pattern on the face of the door over time that a larger plate would certainly help mitigate, but also will attract more attention to the hardware itself. You may not want to have so much hardware hanging on the door that it detracts from the look of the door itself. So there's a compromise there. The rest of that catalog cut page that's there refers to the different base materials, the finishes available, the options. You can do this with self-drilling screws if you wanted to, which I would certainly not recommend because I think you should carefully pre-drill the hole and then put it in with a screwdriver rather than use a self-drilling screw. Security screws like Torx screws would be very appropriate in a public area like in a airport, a movie theater. SA for self-adhesive. If you wanted to put this on with two-sided tape, you can do it. It will come with two-sided tape and there will be no holes for the screws and there will be no fasteners. Engraving is obviously an option. Being Rockwood, they can engrave practically anything you want. I've had them manufacture custom plates for me, restaurants' business hours and phone number on a large piece of brass material and an oil rubbed finish or a satin finish, I believe. You can do this with cutouts for cylinders or for thumb turns. If you had a mortise deadbolt in your door but you wanted the plate to be incorporated into the thumb turn or the cylinder design, they can easily drill that for you to be able to run the hardware through the plate. That's very common. You'll also see that on that they can do a 73 RC and an RE, a radiused corner, and then a round edge on it as well. You can do radiused corners, or you can do a full arched top and bottom scenario. I don't know off the top of my head what that radius is on the plate, but my guess it would be somewhere in the half-inch range. But that's the 73 RC is a different video altogether. Other than that, this is a regular push plate that you will have with the 4 standard beveled edges that are there and a very good quality piece of material. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Rockwood products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. If you have any questions on the Rockwood, number 73B625, 1/8 of an inch thick, bright chrome plated push plate, or any other Rockwood product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.